Good morning. Project Restaurant has been prepared in Core Java. There is an application which has been created on three different modules, being client, server, and common part. As you can see, the database has been done in the MySQL, and it's a standard it has a standard MySQL connection, so all following regular restrictions and rules. I'll start the application by starting the server, and that allow us to connect. So we'll start the server, and after that immediately I will start one of the users, being owner. Actually, the applications has three different roles, three different users. Each of the users has its own screens and own flow of activities. This user I have just logged in has the role of owner, and it has several different capabilities. I will quickly go through his capabilities. So as the application actually has been constructed in a way that there is only one owner who will have the capacity of commanding of several different restaurants, and apart from the owner, the other roles will be the role of manager and the role of waiter, of course, for the owner. So the owner has, as I said, several capabilities. First, and probably the most important of them, the one would be to see all the receipts and bills which has been issued for all the orders. So if I click to control everything, then I will be able to see all the restaurants which are already created. I could choose one of the restaurants, the table of the restaurants. I'm just going to go through all tables. I'm able to set the timings, the dates for which I'm interested for the receipts, for the bills, and of course I'm able to set the way of payment. So in this occasion I will just choose all of the way of payments, and by clicking on the button bill, I can see all the list of the bills that has been issued, with their ID, with the waiter who did it, the table, the payment type. Of course I can read the restaurant which is this about, timing, some reduction, and total amount. If I click on one of the bills, for example this one, I'm going to take this one because it's a little bit more expensive, so I'm able to see the list of all the orders that were issued on that bill. We can see that this bill consisted of vermouth, cocktail cosmopolitan, and several other vermouths, their price, and the type of the offer. And if we click on the offer, then we are able to see which actually goes into that offer, or I can say it's simply the receipt or the ingredients going into that offer. So we have for one cocktail cosmopolitan, we have that ingredients are rum, sugar, vermouth, and juice lime, and we can see that there is only 0.02 liters of rum going in it, and 0.01 kilograms of sugar going in there, and all the other ingredients. Also, the owner has the ability to send a message to all the employees or the one who are currently logged in. He has the ability to see all the restaurants he has. There are several restaurants already in his ownership. He has the ability to enter the new restaurant, and he has the ability to see all the employees in his restaurant. So I am, in order to make this really functional, I will set a situation that the owner actually decided to develop one new restaurant, and he will insert that new restaurant and put his new employees, and basically get that restaurant ready to work. So I'll start by adding a restaurant and going to the new restaurant. So I'll put the name of the restaurant. So I'll just, for this occasion, I'm just going to just use the any street and number. Of course, all the fields has been protected to that where you should put the number. You can put only number, and if there is something that is required, the application will not go through unless something is entered. So I'll put the city. I'll select the photo for the restaurant. There are several different photos which I already prepared, so or not. So I'll just let's just take these pictures. So I'll take this one, for example. This one has already been used, but it doesn't really matter. So we'll just try to remember the picture and the name, which was not very creative. Let's go to save new restaurants, and of course that restaurant is already saved in our list. So we'll go to add some of the managers. One, actually, that's the list. We need one manager and one waiter to that restaurant. So we'll put, let's put in some name, for example, Jim, username. I'll enter something which I will not hopefully forget. So J1. And select role, I'll put him on the waiter, and I will select that new restaurant which we have just created. I'll go to the photo, select, and I will select the, for example, maybe this one. I don't know what this is. Sure, why not? And I'll create another one which I'm going to be a manager, so I'm going, let's put in Michael Scott, username. So I'm just going to put S1, just trying to remember, hopefully that I'll remember that, and select the role of the manager, select the restaurant, select the photo for the manager. Fortunately, I wasn't really sure if I would be breaking the rules, so I didn't really put any photo of the Michael Scott here. So I'll just put some others. Let's take this one. Oh, it's the same one. So let's not. This one, maybe. Sure, why not? So let's check if our manager and our waiter are already in. And there they are, Jim and Michael Scott at the bottom of this list. Okay, moving on. I'm going to first, I should really close this, and I will now log in with my waiter, Dame Jim. So of course all these text fields has been saved. First, I'd like to show that waiter has been all the other users are safe, so there is no way you can enter without a proper password or with the wrong username. Of course, if you try several times, that will be funny. Also, what has been secured is the situation that you cannot log in the same user twice. So as you can see, if you try, there will be an information saying that that user has already been logged in. So going back to the waiter, as you can see in the login form, the waiter has immediately the option to see all his tables. In this situation, this is our new waiter. His name is Jim, and this is the logo we set for the restaurant. The name of the restaurant is, of course, New Restaurant. So the waiter can see that there are 9 tables in his restaurant, and all of them are currently green, meaning that they are not occupied. So if he tries to offer some of the offers, then that will not be possible, since this is a new restaurant and none of the ingredients has been set into the restaurant. See here is that if we log in with our owner, we will be able to see the waiters that are currently logged in. If we go to send message, immediately this Jim will show up here, but we'll just leave him for now. And now we will log in with our brand new manager, Michael Scott. So I'm logging him in, and immediately you could see in the back that there was a short small information for the owner that some of the employees has been logged in this case this has been Michael Scott. So as said previously, owner has the ability to control everything, including his employees logging in and logging out, and in that following that he is able to see all their login information. So you can see that as default normal login time has been set, but you can see that Michael Scott is logged in, and of course you can see that Jim is logged in currently. If we go to some other, you can see that owner has the ability to follow all the logins of all the users, that providing him the ability to get the proper information for the payment and etc. So we have logged in with our manager. Our manager has several different options. Sorry about that. So first option is to see all the tables in his restaurant, but fortunately at this moment right now our new manager Michael Scott cannot see any bills, since none of the bills has been issued for now. He has the ability to transfer the receipt or the order from one table to another. We will see about that in a little while. He has the ability to see all the offers he can offer in his restaurant. Offer actually consists of several ingredients, as I have shown in the beginning. So cocktail actually consists of rum, vodka, Coke, and specific amounts of that would give the, for example, cocktail apple or cocktail cosmopolitan or whatever. So, but on the other hand, one Coke will consist of one Coke. So there are ingredients and offers of restaurants are completely separated things. On this button here, our manager is able to see all the offers which are available in all the restaurants, or in all the chain of the restaurants. He also has the ability to see what goes into which offer. For example, this one, Heineken, I have put several of these ingredients and stuff. So let me just quickly close this. And of course, yes, so you can see what goes into what, and this is the area where a manager can create a new offer. Of course, all this depends on the ingredient he has in his restaurant. At the moment he doesn't have any, so at the moment he cannot create any offers. So I'll go to this button, which is ingredient available, and this shows again that we do not have any ingredients in our new restaurant. So the manager has the option to enter new ingredients by clicking add new items, and in this combo box here the manager has the ability to see all the ingredients which already exists in some of the restaurants. So this is in the chain of the restaurants. And to be just a little bit quicker, if we choose, for example, juice cranberry, here we can see the measure, so we can add like 12 liters, which will of course show up right immediately. However, if we for example put in the this is in sugars in kilograms, so it can go to 1.5 kilograms if we want it. But if we want to add, for example, water mineral, of course in liters, so let's just add it. So if we want to add, for example, Cocta, which is on piece, we are not able to add 1.5, which will actually because it's not actually possible. It has, if it's on piece, it has to be exactly in the pieces, so because it's not really natural to break that Cocta into several parts. So I'll just put in several of these ingredients. So if we go back to our waiter now, Jim, we can see that tables are still green, so no orders on any table. So if we go to the first table or whichever table, we can see that now he has something to offer. So for example, the customer comes in, the customer is ordering one cocktail apple and one warm mineral water, and Jim is taking that order and one more cocktail, but customer decides that he doesn't want that water mineral, so he just wants to delete it, cocktail, so he removes it and insert all the other orders, so send them to get them prepared to the kitchen or the basement of the restaurant. So we can see that 2 orders has been sent. However, these guests don't want to pay immediately, they just want to stay in the restaurant and have the drink. The other guests come in, go to the table 5, they decide to eat, they want to have one pizza, for example, and one cocktail, for example, or 2, whatever. And that's it for now, so let's just check. Yeah, that's on the table right now. So if we go to refresh, then we can see that that table is also now being occupied. So we have our other guests coming and having a cocktail or whatever. And then, for example, those guests want, for example, let's say 123 Coke. However, that is not going to be possible, which shows that our waiter here has the capability only to offer what's available in the restaurant. So he can get 12 Cokes, but after that, I mean, whenever the time has come, so not enough ingredients, he will not be able to give as much as that somebody might want. So, and going on, and it goes on like that. What I want to show is that the option of canceling the orders or moving the orders to the other table. So for example, we go to this is new table 9. Is it 9? No, it's 7. So and guests order one cocktail or 2, whatever, and then for example 2 Fantas and 1 pizza. And then the waiter sends that order. However, a few minutes later, somebody, for example from table 8, comes and say, hey, I want to have that order paid to that table over there, so that order Fanta should be transferred from table number 7 to table number 8. So our waiter here, Jim, is just going to send a message to his manager and like saying something, please move this order to table 8 and remove, and he's going to get the bill and he will going to get the bill for that. For now I'll just get that bill ready, and instantly you can see that our manager here our owner is going to get a message that there has been some movement of the messages. So this is the order, this is the message for the manager, Michael Scott, and he is now able, this is the owner for the owner that one of the manager the waiter Jim logged in, and our owner also gets that message that Michael Scott logged in, and our owner also gets the message that there has been some movement of the orders. So our waiter, which is this one here, can now go to this transfer and, well, first, yeah, we can go there and put to the correct table number, which will be 8, and the order, which will be 839. Transfer that order, and that's it. If he wants to check, he can go to this cancel, and if he doesn't see anything here in the new orders for deletion, that means that there are no orders, that order has been moved from one table to another, and that can be confirmed by just clicking this refresh here, where we can see that this table 8 now has been opened, or there is one order there. Even though there were no guests, this Fanta now is on that table. So as said previously, I will just quickly go for example to this table and check order, and I will try to get to the final bill. Or before that, I will, if for example, if manager makes a mistake and he wants to cancel this Coke by his own mistake, he can do that as well. So he will send a message to his owner saying, sorry, my bad, remove this order. So, and says remove. So our owner, of course, sees what's going on, so that he knows, he wants to know everything, and our manager also sees this message, and he sees that it was the mistake made by the waiter. So when he goes to this canceled, he can see that there is this order here, Coke, which was in trouble. Actually, the waiter did something wrong, waiter Jim. So he can just confirm that, and immediately this has been put into this list where manager can see all the deleted orders, or all the orders which were faulty made by the waiters in his restaurant. So there is one more thing I want to show. So the waiter, when he goes to the bill, he goes to the bill form. In that area he has several different ways of handling the final receipt. For example, if it's in a happy hour, which has been hard-coded from 18 to 2000, there will be some kind of discount. Also, if the customer is a regular, or he's paying by cash, there are some reductions. As you can see, if I change these parameters here, they are influencing the total price. Also, if needed, the waiter can prepare the final receipt in the PDF form for the printing. So he will put the name of the customer, right? Let's say Jan, and Stanford company PIB has to be a number between it has to be a 7 figures number, and that PDF has been put in the server. You can see it right here, and there it is. So Jan, the name of the restaurant, served by the name of the waiter, his PIB, discount, final price. So that PDF is actually ready to be printed out if needed. And at last he goes to the save receipt, and the receipt has been saved. When he clicks refresh, that table has been cleared. Of course, that bill can now be seen from by the manager, of course. Let me just set the dates here, and there it is. This is the one. So we have cocktail and sandwich, if I'm not mistaken, or maybe just check on the time. Yeah, that's the one. And in cocktail mojito there is this and that. Well, also one of the, as I have mentioned it, but I'd like to show it just quickly. One of the capacities of the application is that the capability of the owner to send the message to all employees. For example, meeting at 1200, for example, to all the logged in employees, and the message will be sent immediately. This is the message for the manager, and if we are logged in as the waiter, of course, we will receive the message as well. In conclusion, this project restaurant has been, as said, done as the final exam for the ComContrade course on core Java. It has the modules of client server and of course the mutual part. The main features of the application are having different roles and different obligations and possibilities depending on the roles. The most important features of the rest of the application are that the number of the offers are the number of the offers is based on the number of the ingredients available in the restaurant, and also the capability of having direct communication between the owner and the employees, and of course the option of direct sending and removing unsuccessful orders by the waiter who did a mistake. Some of the cool features are having the colors of the tables for the manager in depending on if the table is occupied or not. Also, the option for the manager to build his own recipes for the new recipes for the restaurant. The application has been colored with a lot of cool images, which actually helps it looks a little bit nicer, and are trying to help the waiter and the manager to get along with it and to be more efficient. But the main feature is that it is simple, it is easy to use, and it is applicable for anyone. Actually, in few minutes anybody could be ready to take the role of the manager or the waiter and to use this application accordingly.